Hey, what's up guys? We're here with a quick review of the KTM 500 EXC-F. Doing a little bit of a review and a little review of the adventure setup that we used for our most recent 5-day 700 plus mile backcountry ride from Missoula, Montana back to Boise, Idaho. So a couple of quick things starting up here in the front. Some things that we have added on here is one, we upgraded the headlight to the HRB LED. This one's really simple. It's just plug in and play right to the stock harness. So a little extra brightness to be seen, lights up the trail a little bit more if you're out there twilight or into the dark. It's not as bright obviously as some of the more expensive aftermarket headlights that you can purchase, but it's a pretty nice little upgrade from the stock headlight. Also, we got the giant loop, we got the front strap here, the pull. Very useful. We ran into a lot of downed trees on our trip, so it was really useful to have the giant loop front pull on there to help pull the bikes up and over some of the big downed trees, and also in some other situations where you might get stuck. Also got the Cycra Pro Bend hand guards up here, keeping the hands protected, keeping the levers safe. So that's a nice little upgrade as well. This one's already had to be straightened out a couple of times. Moving down here to the bottom, we've got the tubeless setup. I know I've read the reviews about tubeless. I've had zero issues with the tubeless. So I'm running some sealant in mine, ran the Stan's no tube sealant. Pretty familiar with that from mountain biking, setting up tubeless tires mountain biking. So pretty nice setup, a lot lower air pressure to get that traction. Even ran these on the highway quite a bit, which is probably not recommended, but it ran just fine. Also got the wheel weights here in the front. Takamoto sells those pre-measured weights for the tubeless system. So if you've got tubeless on your bike at home, you could pick up some of those for yourself. Also, moving up here, we got the Tusk Radiator Guards. Went with the anodized orange. People could say what they want about Tusk products. I've had nothing but good things to say, and good luck with Tusk products. And these have done a great job of keeping those radiators safe on those backcountry rides, through the bushes, desert rides, through the chaparral, etc., etc. Moving around here, upgraded tank. So upgrading the tank from the stock tank, went with the 3.9 gallon HRB's tank. So we were getting about 50 miles to the gallon during our backcountry ride. So having almost 4 gallons capacity really took fuel mileage almost out of the question. So it was pretty comfortable getting from gas stop to gas stop or night stop to night stop without having to worry about running out of fuel. And then moving up here to the cockpit, if you run a cell phone and you ran a cell phone on your handlebars, then you definitely want to make sure you have a quality mount. And the quad lock is by far the best mount that I've seen so far. It's totally secure in the way that it holds your phone. And obviously if you're going to run a cell phone on your handlebars, you definitely want to make sure you have a vibration dampening system on there. Otherwise it can really damage the internals of your phone. So we've got the quad lock here. Came in really handy to have that phone nice and secure for navigation, pictures, etc. Just easily accessible, easy to get on and off. You just push this little tab down, twist your phone off. Pretty nice. So moving around to the back here, this is the luggage setup that we have, that we used for our trip. We're kind of calling it like a light adventure setup. So not full adventure, but enough stuff to carry here. So we went with, again, the Tusk bags. These are the pannier bags. These all just strap on, so completely removable. We have no metal framing or anything on there. And when we were on our trip, we had all kinds of things in these bags. We had extra air filters, chain lube, tools, first aid kits, extra food, jet boils, you name it. So between all of us that went, we were kind of spreading things out, but we're able to pack quite a bit into these side bags here. And then up here at the top, we've got the Tusk duffel. This is a waterproof duffel bag. This is size large. There are 2 sizes that they sell, and it's really nice. This is good for all your extra clothing and things that you're bringing. You can pack it in there real good, and you twist it down back here, force all that air out, and rolling it over and folding it over in here, and then getting it clipped real good also makes it waterproof. So any weather that you might run into. And so that's a pretty nice bag. We played around with quite a few different ways to mount them and set them up, and this is probably the best one we came up with. Still gives you some pretty decent room up here and some maneuverability in some of the technical stuff to really get, you know, your weight back a little bit. And even sitting on the bag came in handy a few times on some of the more technical stuff we ran into. And then down here we got a lot of aluminum on this bike, so a lot of protection added. So we got the swing arm protectors, obviously we have the brake rotor protector down there as well, and again tubeless in the back with the pre-measured weights from Takomoto. And these things really worked well. They got it dialed in pretty good, so the fast fire roads and even some of the pavement that we had to hit makes the ride so much smoother when you have to do that. Besides that, we are running the Tusk T45 tire, both front and rear, again set up tubeless with stand sealant. And this tire is got probably close to 1,000 miles on it now, so it's got 700 from the trip and probably a couple hundred before that, and it's starting to wear down, but that hard compound tire, it held up pretty nice, and the price point on these guys is pretty good. So if you're looking for a good hard terrain tire that's gonna last you a little while, check those out, because these are pretty good, still in pretty good shape. The front's still in really good shape. And then the rest of this bike, the engine's completely stock, so no upgrades engine wise, no ECUs, no exhaust, none of that stuff. I know they run lean, people had issues with flame out and things like that, but honestly, for what it is and what it's capable of, we have had no issues with the bike so far. So again, 2022 KTM 500 EXC-F. This thing is a beast. We've been on lots of single track, lots of backcountry, lots of desert rides, and it just seems like whatever you throw at these bikes, they just eat it up. They can take on pretty much everything. So again, thanks for checking this out. I hope maybe you found this review a little bit helpful in setting up your bike for maybe your next light adventure. But if you like what we're doing here and you'd like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the videos of our most recent trip from Missoula, Montana to Boise, Idaho on our YouTube channel.